Hello, everybody, and welcome to this SUNY Potsdam broadcast of women's soccer. Today, the Bears host the SUNY Geneseo Knights. The Knights come in at second place in the SUNYAC with a 9-2-1 record. They are 4-0-1 in the league, and they've won 2 of the last 3 SUNYAC championships and 3 of the last 6. The Bears come in at 6-6 overall, 2-4 in the SUNYAC, but they're still just a point out of the playoff spot right now, and they a point behind Brockport, who they'll host tomorrow, and they're still very much alive. A big game for them today. And we'll take a quick look here at the starting lineups. Angel Bennett in goal for Geneseo, Sarah Dunnigan, Julia Del Aquila, Liv Rossi, Hannah Sullivan, McKinley Scala, Lindsay Wright, Haley Everston, Ashley Scheidweiler, Mackenzie Griffin, and Lindsay Clare in. And for the Bears, in goal, Chloe Gordon today. Shayna Lenny in the starting lineup, Leah Karabak, Haley Von On, Maeve Morsey, Kinley Burns, Sammy Dentel, Emily Metz, Megan Sardi, Emma Robbins, and Mackenzie Bowie. And the Bears, coming off a split last weekend, they fell 2-0 to Fredonia on the road, and then the next day fought off Buffalo State for a 3-2 victory there. A very overcast day here in Potsdam, but not cold. Nice temperature, probably about 70 degrees. It sprinkled a little bit before the game. It looks like it may do it again, but I don't think there's any hard rain in the forecast. And very cloudy, as we said. We've turned on the lights a little bit earlier here because of that. So the Bears will take their positions, and it looks like they're going to kick off. So Mackenzie Bowie's going to kick off for Potsdam. And Bowie plays it back to Karabak, who's wearing 10 today. Ball played into the Knights defense. They'll move it up along the sideline, and it'll go out of play. So it'll be a Geneseo throw-in right off the bat, and it's going to be Olivia Rossi sending it in. Knights working their way down the sideline. That is knocked out of bounds into the Bears bench area, and Potsdam will throw it in now. Head for Morsey, and out of play again. That went off of the head of one of the Geneseo Knights. So that's played towards midfield. Megan Sardi plays it forward. That goes the length of the field, and that'll be a goal kick coming up for Geneseo. The men actually started at 3 o'clock on the road in Geneseo, and early, about just under 5 minutes in the second half, Geneseo leads that one 1-0. Shots very low in that first half. Geneseo with a 3-2 edge in the first 45 minutes in the men's contest. So back the other way come the Knights. And that is Hannah Sullivan playing it long. Now Dentel back towards midfield, where it is picked up by Evertson. Bears send it back towards midfield. There's Bowie picking up for Potsdam. And that's kicked away from Sardi. Back to Dunnigan. Dunnigan plays it over for Scheidweiler. To the sideline for Scala. Back to Scheidweiler. And she'll get it to Dunnigan. Now to the far side of the field. Charging back to get it is Rossi. Rossi will try to switch the field here. Move it back towards midfield. It's broken up by the Bears, but not taken away. Played back to Scheidweiler. To the near side for Scala. And that'll go out of bounds. Scala will throw it in for Geneseo. In for Wright. Back to Scala. Now towards Sullivan. Sullivan plays it to the far side. That goes over everybody. Will head toward the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Potsdam. that'll be driven towards midfield, headed down by the Knights. Metz got a foot on it, couldn't control it though. Go back to Gordon. There's a collision there, but she finally gets control and boots it towards midfield. And I believe they're going to say handball there on, and that's going to be Griffin, number 29. So Morrissey with it now for Potsdam, kicked away by the Knights. Played a long ball along the sideline. That was Wright sending it long. Go out of play. Potsdam will throw it back in. 41-23 to go here, first half. 39 minutes left in the men's game, and that's still 1-0 Geneseo. Played back towards midfield. Claire is waiting for it. Kicks it toward the sideline. Kept in by the Knights. Metz gets it back for Potsdam. Looks like we're going to have a foul there. Either that or an injury. Have not said to stop the clock yet. Not sure what that is. Now she's back on her feet for Potsdam. And I guess they're just restarting. I don't think it was a foul. I think they just stopped play for an injury. Sent it ahead looking for Bowie. Skips past her. Dunnigan back across midfield. Metz picks it up for Potsdam. And now that's sent long. Headed down by the Knights towards midfield. Picked up there by Sullivan. Headed down by the Bears. Sullivan gets it back. Leaves it for Scala now. Kicked away by Von Ahn. Now knocked forward by Scheidweiler. Played ahead. Von Ahn. And that skips across to midfield past everybody. Moving it the other way is Haley Evertson. She's carrying it up. Still got some room to move. Played it to the left side of the box there for Rossi. Rossi with a cross in front. Potsdam knocks it down. Does not clear. Evertson again, and that goes wide. I believe that was number 23, Haley Evertson, with a shot wide there, and that'll be a goal kick for Potsdam. 39-30 to go here, first half, still scoreless. Geneseo trying to catch Plattsburgh, who is 5-1 in the league. Again, Geneseo just 4-0-1. They are 2 points behind them in the standings. And Potsdam trying to get into a playoff spot. Just there, right on the doorstep. And that'll go out of play. It'll be Scheidweiler who's going to throw it in. Skips past. Here's Lenny, sends it long. Waiting for it is McGriffin. Sends it across the field now. Long ball into the Bears' corner, hustling after it. And that'll be kicked out. It'll be a throw-in for Geneseo. Can't quite see the numbers. The numbers on the back of the jerseys are very easy to read, but on the front they're pretty tiny, especially on the far side of the field. Geneseo with some room on the side. A cross in front. That skips in on Gordon, and she smothers that one before anybody can take a shot. So Gordon now will look downfield, give her teammates a chance to get into position, and sends it long. Headed up in the air by Claire. Von Ahn battling with Scala for it. Now Metz will come in. She'll take control, and I think they're going to call Metz with a foul. So it'll be a free kick for Geneseo, and I believe number 9 fouled number 17, Lindsay Wright. So Sullivan with a long boot. There's a header right on goal, and that was number 17 Wright with a header there, and a save made by Gordon. So the first big opportunity, scoring opportunity of the game, goes Geneseo's way. Gordon makes the save. Booted back towards midfield, towards Bowie. battling with Scheidweiler. She knocks that away. It'll go over the sideline. Potsdam throw in, and Shayna Lenny will send it back in for Potsdam. 37-10 to go. Headed up in the air by Scheidweiler. Lenny heads it forward. Dunnigan will track it down for Geneseo and kick it out of play. Still 1-0 in the men's game. Scoreless here. Griffin plays ahead to Scala. Lenny in pursuit. That'll go off of Lenny. It'll be a throw-in for Geneseo. Scala will send it in. Actually, no, it'll be Scheidweiler. Von On, positioned in front of her, sends it away to right. Plays it back to Scheidweiler. And across to Dunnigan. Actually, that is Del Aquila, excuse me. Maeve Morrissey now for Potsdam. Plays it ahead for Bowie. And she was looking for Robbins on the far side, but it skipped over her foot and out of play, so a throw-in for Geneseo. Here come the Bears. Sardi, long ball ahead looking for Morrissey. Morrissey in a foot race there with Del Aquila. And Del Aquila will smartly just let her go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Geneseo. 35-44 to go here first half. Geneseo in the hunt for the top spot in the league. Potsdam trying to get into a playoff position. And that's sent over the end line again. Another goal kick for Geneseo. Sent back towards midfield. Metz knocks it down, trying to keep control with Griffin battling. She's knocked down, no call there. Morrissey now gets control for Potsdam. Looking for some help from Metz. And now they're going to call Metz with a foul. And she fouled Griffin, number 30. Actually, it was Sardi. Excuse me. Sardi with the foul on Griffin. Booted across midfield. Scala waiting for it. Scheidweiler waiting at midfield with some momentum to the near side, looking for Sullivan. Trying to get around Lenny. Sullivan plays it back, doesn't clear it. Scheidweiler will play it to Sullivan now. She'll send it forward, past right, past everybody. Chloe Gordon coming out to pick it up for Potsdam. 34-10 to go in the first half. Gordon boots it right to midfield. Griffin waiting for it, heads it down. Back to Metz. To the far side for Morrissey. To Bowie. Tic-tac-toe play there, and Morrissey gets it in the corner. Waiting for it is Evertson. Evertson takes it away. Up along the sideline. Geneseo back towards midfield. It was Griffin. Von On to Lenny, heads it forward. Dunnigan waiting for it. Long ball looking for Claire. Wright picks it up first. Back to Sullivan. Plays it ahead. Here's Scala. Right side. And that's broken up nicely there by Kinley Burns. But it'll be a corner kick coming up for Geneseo. Nice defense. Geneseo looking to create something off the corner. And it is going to be Hannah Sullivan. Taking the kick. Put in front, headed wide, and that was off of Mackenzie Griffin, number 29. So a goal kick for Potsdam. I think that's Burns taking the kick towards midfield, off of Griffin, ahead for Sullivan to right. And now that's broken up. Metz plays it ahead, gets to Bowie. Bowie kind of tips it forward, played long now, hustling after it is that was Von On, and it went past her. So we'll have a throw in here for Geneseo. And it looks like two Knights trying to throw in the ball there. They will finally leave it for Scheidweiler. 31:42 to go. Up the sideline, off of Von On. Wright got a foot on it. Metz kicked it one way, Griffin the other, ahead for Scala. Metz gets it back, can't control it. And Burns tried to kick it away. It deflects off of a Geneseo Knight. And now that's played smartly. Metz plays it off Scala. Potsdam will have a throw in. And it'll be Shayna Lenny. And that was knocked down by Scheidweiler. Scala with it again for Geneseo. Played it ahead for Wright. And now kicked out of there by Sardi. Not cleared very far. Sullivan back to Griffin. And Scheidweiler can't keep it in. Von On kicks it off her. Lenny will throw it in. Long ball ahead for Bowie. And she'll head it across midfield. Waiting for it, though, is Del Aquila, and she kicks it out of play. Potsdam throw in. 30:33 to go here in the first half, still scoreless. Men's game still 1-0 Geneseo, down at Geneseo, and they're in the second half, started an hour early. Lenny ahead for Bowie. For Sardi. Bowie plays it ahead, and just the Knights defense waiting for it. Scheidweiler plays it for Del Aquila to Scala. Gets around Karabak. Griffin ahead. Metz breaks it up. Back to Karabak. And now the Knights get it back. Hustling after it is Claire. Claire to the far side. And that is Evertson playing it forward. Here come the Knights. There is Wright. And that'll skip past everybody. Burns will track it down for Potsdam. Claire gets it back for Geneseo. Wright, a centering pass there, and it's deflected and sent in on Gordon. Not really a shot, though. She'll pick it up. 29:17 to go here first half. Gordon boots it back towards midfield. And that is played back. Del Aquila will let her goalkeeper, Angel Bennett, pick it up. And she boots it right back to midfield. Wright gets a foot on it. Headed forward by Karabak. And now Sullivan heads it ahead. Burns will try to keep it in play. She will not. It'll be a throw-in. Rossi for Geneseo. Right. And that'll go off of Metz. Another throw-in coming up for Geneseo. That is Rossi again. Throws it down into the corner. And how are they going to rule that? They're going to say goal kick. Off of, I believe that was Wright. Good defense there by the Bears, kind of boxing out. And now Gordon will let Burns kick it away. And booted towards midfield. Sardi. Her pass picked off there by Rossi. Sullivan, that's kicked away from her, and Potsdam will have a throw in. 27:53 to go. Picked up here by the Knights. There's a long shot, and that is well high, trying to get a number. I think that was Sullivan, number 11. It is. So here's Burns setting up the goal kick again with 27:25 to go first half. Shots 4-0 in favor of the Knights so far. One of them has been a great scoring chance. And that'll go out of play. Scheidweiler will throw back in for Geneseo. Skips past everybody. Back to Dentel. Scheidweiler knocks it down. It'll go off of Von On, so Scheidweiler will have the throw-in for Geneseo. 26:54 left in the first half. Scheidweiler headed forward by Metz for Potsdam. Bowie, nice pass there. Here's Von On with some speed on the sideline. Keeps it in play. And actually, now they're going to say it was out. So a late whistle, but the correct call there, and we'll have a throw-in for Geneseo. Sullivan kicks it straight up in the air, headed forward by Karabak. Now picked up by Griffin. Cross midfield. There is Wright. Wright to the far side, looking for Evertson. She keeps it in play. Trying to get around a Potsdam defender. And now broken up there by Metz. Not cleared, though. Griffin gets it back to the far side. Pass forward. There's Wright. Wright turns and fires, but there was a foul before. So we'll have a foul. I'm not sure who fouled who, but it's a good thing for the Bears because that one went right into the corner of the net, so no goal on that one. So here is Dentel sending it forward, looking for Morrissey. Skips over Morrissey's foot, out of play. Throw in for Geneseo. 25:37 to go here, first half. And that'll be knocked out of play by Burns, and a throw in for Geneseo coming up. Sullivan plays it forward. Far side, Scala hustling after it. And that'll go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Geneseo. Thrown in quickly for Scheidweiler. Good speed there by Von On. And that's Sardi kicking that one out of play. Throw-in for Geneseo again. Scala. 24:57 to go here, first half. Into Scheidweiler. Back to Scala. She puts a cross in front. Kicked up in the air by Sardi. Not quite cleared. Played back. Here's Griffin. Rossi plays it to the far side. Not sure who that is. Cross in front. Wright got a head on it. Sullivan doesn't get the shot away, and coming out to get it is Gordon. So a good ball movement there and a good opportunity for Geneseo, but the Bears able to defuse it at the last second. Here's Gordon kicking it away again. Played all the way back to Evertson on defense. Potsdam gets it back. Here's Bowie. Looking for Morrissey in the corner. Del Aquila will just let it go back to her goalkeeper, Bennett. Right to Griffin. Right back to Griffin. Now Metz kicks it across midfield. Waiting for it is Dunnigan. To the near side for Scala. Nice turnaround pass there for Sullivan. That is broken up by the Bears. Not cleared. Dentel back towards midfield. Griffin towards the top of the box. Headed into the right side of the box by Wright. Here's Scala with a chance. And she gets tangled up there and goes down. Potsdam kicks it out. And there's a handball there for Scheidweiler, number 26. Skipped up on her incidentally, and Potsdam will have a free kick. 23:08 to go here in the first half. Still scoreless. Still 1-0. Geneseo down at the men's game with 24 minutes to go in that one. Here is Claire, Lindsay Claire for Geneseo. Evertson now for the Knights. Cross midfield to Rossi. Rossi looking to create some room. Tangling there with Metz. Now kicked across midfield. Here's Griffin. Played ahead. Here's Sullivan. Sullivan steps around the goalkeeper, takes a shot, and it goes in. So Sullivan with a goal there. Nice move on that one, and Geneseo leads it 1-0. Played ahead, but she made her own move around the Potsdam goalkeeper, deflected off of a Bears defender and into the net. So Hannah Sullivan with the first goal of the game puts Geneseo up 1-0. So that's Sardi now for Potsdam kicking it long.
Okay, we'll fix that. Or maybe just keep that going.
So here is Hannah Sullivan, the goal scorer. And drops down in front of Burns, not cleared. And finally, what are they going to say? A foul? It's going to be right close to the box. It's going to be right outside of the box. They're going to say Emily Metz being called for the foul. I think she fouled number 13, Nicole Bell. In front, finally cleared. No shot there. That was a close call. And that'll go over the end line, and what are they going to say? Looks like a goal kick coming up for Geneseo, and it's going to be number 29, Mackenzie Griffin, to take it. 21:03 to go here in the first half. Corner kick for Geneseo. They lead it 1-0 on a goal by Hannah Sullivan. And that's knocked out of there by Lenny. Played ahead. Burns can't get there first. Back to Griffin in the corner. Played to Sullivan. And that's kicked off of Metz. And I think they're going to say handball Metz. Again, inadvertent. So a free kick. Is it going to be Sullivan or is it going to be Griffin? Sullivan's going to take it. She launches it right into the gut of Chloe Gordon. So a shot by number 11 and a save by Gordon. Sent to the near side, and that will be kept in by Mackenzie Bowie. No, it will be kept in, but Geneseo can't control it. Metz moves it ahead. There's a long pass ahead looking for Haley Von On. She will not get there. Throw-in coming up for Geneseo. Sent in by Scheidweiler. In for Claire. Knocked down by Lenny. And now taken away by Wright. Wright. Long ball to the far side looking for Sullivan. Sullivan's going to track it down. Two Bears in pursuit. Back to Rossi. Rossi takes a shot, and that's into the side of the net. It hit a hole in the side of the net and then came into the net. So, and we have a substitution. That'll be Mae Morrissey, number 5, going out. And coming in, wait to see her number. Trying to get the sub. It's played ahead. That'll go all the way in. So it's played across midfield. Here's Bowie for Potsdam. into the game for Potsdam, by the way, the first sub was Michaela Shipley, number 24. It's number 24 was the sub for Potsdam. So across midfield, now a long pass ahead by Geneseo, headed down by Dentel, played forward by the Knights. Dentel got a piece of it. Now it's cleared out of there by Lenny, up for Shipley. Robbins, and that's knocked away from her. Back to the Bears. Karabak chips it forward. Here comes, well, there's a big collision. That was Rossi colliding with Burns, and it'll be a throw-in for Geneseo, and we will have a substitution coming up. Actually, they're going to say Potsdam throw-in, so Geneseo sub will wait. 17:36 to go, 1-0 Knights. Knocked down by Shipley. Trying to work her way through a blue wall there ahead for Bowie. Bowie plays it back. Now ahead for Shipley along the sideline. Closing fast is Griffin and Evertson. Shipley. Now taken away by the Knights. They will look to clear with 17:09 to go. Sullivan back to Dunnigan. To Scheidweiler. Von On in front, gets a passer. Here's Claire. Claire across midfield to Nicole Bell. Here is Bell. That goes off of Burns. Mets will break it up. Sent to the far side. Robbins battling for it. And that'll be a long ball. That'll go out of play. Geneseo will have, looks like 3 subs coming in. So it looks like into the game we've got Juliet Frischman, Faye Higgins.
So 7's going in, 26 is out, 6 is in, 10's out, 24 is in.
And Holly Moore is the 3rd sub for Geneseo. That'll go out of play. Another throw-in for the Knights. 15:57 to go here in the first half. 1-0 Geneseo. Here's Bowie. She plays it ahead, but it's picked up there by Griffin. And looks like we'll have a handball against Shipley, I believe. So Griffin's going to bring it back and take the kick. Long boot ahead, past Bell, headed up in the air by Dentel. And now we've got a foul there. Number 13, Bell fouled Dentel. Number 8 for Potsdam. 15:05 to go here, first half. Burns boots it long for Potsdam, off of Bowie, played back to Del Aquila. Griffin can't control it. Potsdam gets it back. That's sent forward. Bowie can't control it. Now Del Aquila kicks it back towards midfield. Wright's going to hustle after it. Play it ahead. Here's Bell in a foot race, but it's going to get to Gordon first. So Gordon back towards midfield. Knights pick it up there. Evertson across midfield. And that's played to Frischman. Moore plays it ahead, but Potsdam gets it back. Sardi. And it'll skip past Bowie. Hustling in there is Karabak. She slows it down. Shipley with it now for Potsdam. Back towards midfield. And Dentel boots it ahead. Knocked down by Frischman. Actually, it was Dunnigan. Up for Wright. Good footwork. She's been everywhere today, Lindsay Wright. Started the play that ended up with that ended up in a Geneseo goal. Across midfield, looking for Frischman there. They go out of play. Potsdam have a throw in, and now the Bears will have 2 more substitutions. Try to get the subs. I believe that is the Crossan sisters. Number 14, McKenna, and number 17, Margaret, into the game for the Bears. In for Shipley. And that's kicked up the sideline by Griffin. Out of play. Potsdam will have a throw in. And another Potsdam throw-in coming up. I think they started a little bit too quickly there. No, it's going to be a foul. I believe that is Sammy Dentel. Nope. Trying to get the numbers correct here. Played ahead. Sullivan picks it up for Geneseo. Back to Dunnigan. Actually, that was Higgins, excuse me. Up for Moore. To Bell. To Wright. Right in front. Here's a chance. Frischman. And she's ridden out of the play, and they are going to call a foul on Frischman, I believe. So Potsdam will have a direct kick. So number 6 for Geneseo fouled one of the Bears. Not sure who. So it's going to be Burns kicking away for Potsdam. 12 minutes even to go here in the first half. 1-0 Geneseo. In the men's game, there's 12:20 to go. Still 1-0 Geneseo down there as well. Here's Burns. There is Moore. Over Wright. Lenny trying to get control. Wright gets it back. Plays it ahead for a teammate. Back to Wright. Bell knocked away from her. Here's Moore. To Sullivan, the goal scorer. To the far side. Looking for Frischman. Everton hustling to the sideline. She keeps it in. Trying to get around Shipley. Plays it back to Griffin. Long boot into the box there. That's headed away by Lenny, and it'll be a throw-in for Higgins and the Geneseo Knights. Faye Higgins sends it in. Over Moore. Kicked out. Griffin knocks it back into the penalty area. Here's a chance. There's a shot by Bell, and she scores. Nicole Bell, number 13, scoring with 10:52 to go in the first half. And there will be no assist on the goal. So number 13, Nicole Bell.
So who do I give it to?
So that's played down into the corner. Higgins will get there first and kick it out of play. Potsdam will have a throw in.
I'm supposed to take a player. I guess.
So that's headed wide by Shipley there. So number 24, Michaela Shipley, getting the Bears' first shot of the game on a header to wide right. And on the goal kick back the other way come the Knights. Claire ahead for Frischman. Getting around Robbins. That's kicked out of play. Geneseo will have a throw in here. 9:50 to go. Here is Crossan. It's taken away by Evertson, and now it'll be kicked across the end line by Crossan, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for Geneseo. So that's booted towards midfield, headed up in the air, knocked forward by Burns, back and forth in midfield. Burns up for Shipley, and that goes out of play. And we'll have a throw-in for Potsdam right at midfield. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Knocked down by Crossan, played back to Sardi. She sends it ahead. I don't think anybody's going to get there. They will not. We'll have a goal kick for Geneseo coming up. And now another substitution for Potsdam.
Thank you. 7's in.
So that is Chelsea Speranza into the game for the Bears.
Did you write down the time of that
Headed forward by Moore. Here's Wright battling with Karabak. Now kicked forward by Higgins. That'll go out of play. Potsdam throw in Lenny. 2 substitutions waiting to come in for Geneseo. They have a solid 2-0 lead here with 8:06 to go in the first half. Lenny up the sideline, and that'll be headed out by Moore. Another Potsdam throw-in coming up. That'll be kicked back towards midfield. Wright now taken away, and Wright will be fouled. Number 17 is going to be fouled by Sammy Dentel, number 8. Here is Griffin to kick it away for Geneseo. 7.5 minutes to go, first half. Long boot there. Battle for it, top of the box. Moore has it kicked away, and here's Metz for Potsdam. Up, looking for Margaret Crossan. Here's McKenna Crossan. That's knocked away by Griffin. Wright gets it back to Margaret Crossan. Pass across the field. She was looking for Speranza, but getting there first was Del Aquila. That goes off of Karabak and knocked the wind out of her. Far side, Evertson to Moore. Shipley in there as well for Potsdam. That's knocked away from everybody. Moving up is Speranza looking for Margaret Crossan. Sent into the corner. Evertson will get there first. And go over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Geneseo. Here come 2 more Geneseo substitutions. So it'll be Dana Sheps and Lauren Wozni coming in for Geneseo. Played towards midfield. Here's the second goal scorer, Nicole Bell, and she'll give it back to Sheps. Sheps with it now. She plays the ball ahead. That skips past Bell and all the way into Gordon. 5:56 to go here in the first half. 2-0 Geneseo. Margaret Crossan knocks it down, gets to Shipley. Sheps is guarding her closely, now sent to the far side. Robbins moves it upfield. Looking ahead for Speranza, and she's not going to get there. So a goal kick for Geneseo coming up. 5:32 to go here first half. 2-0 Geneseo.
Okay, so who's out on the field? Is this different now? I
I can figure it out as soon as I wrote down the starters for top, and they only had 2 subs. It's just 3 teams.
Headed down by Shipley. Here's Margaret Cross into the sideline. Speranza and Evertson, and it will go out of play, so it'll throw in for Geneseo. 5:05 to go first half. Metz takes it away. She takes a long shot, and a save made there by Bennett. Moore, and Lenny will kick that out of play. 4:40 to go. Geneseo throw, and here comes another Geneseo substitution. And it will be number 12, Lana Wandy. And Wandy will jump right into the game and make the throw in here. Shipley gets it back for the Bears. Up for McKenna Crossan to Margaret Crossan. Plays the ball ahead to McKenna. Hustling back is Dunnigan. She will get there first and kick it out of play. Potsdam with a throw-in coming up with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Headed out of there by Griffin. Karaback will play it to Dentel. Dentel back to McKenna Crossan. Up for Margaret Crossan. Speranza, nice pass there. Hustling back after it is Wandy, and she'll kick it out of play. Potsdam with a throw-in. Looks like McKenna Crossan will send it in for Potsdam. 3:23 to go. Potsdam trying to get one back here, down 2. Actually, they're going to leave it for Shipley. Dunnigan plays it forward. Here's Sheps. Ahead for Frischman. Looking for Bell on the far side. She will get there first. Burns in front of her. And they cross there off of Gordon, but she pulls it back in after initially not getting control. 2:45 to go first half. Gordon will look downfield now. Up for Shipley. Here's McKenna Crossan. Karaback sent to the far side. Played ahead. That'll go out of play as Potsdam's Robbins can't keep it in. 2:14 to go. Geneseo throws it right back in. Played towards the middle of the field. Here's Moore. Chipped ahead. Broken up there by Karaback briefly. Sheps gets it back. Plays it for Wandy. Wandy across midfield. Griffin plays it forward. Bounces off of Karaback. Metz gets it. Far side. Speranza. Up for Margaret Crossan. Here's McKenna Crossan. Wandy can't get it away from her. Sent to the far side now. Robbins plays it ahead. That's broken up there by Higgins. Robbins battling for it now. Coming away with it. And that was Robbins, number 16, looking for the foul. Finally got it. Bell fouled her, number 13, and a free kick coming up for Potsdam. 1:26 to go. Del Aquila plays it ahead. Frischman sends it forward. That'll go out off of a Bear, and we'll have a throw-in for Geneseo right near their bench with 1:03 to go in the half. 2:29 to go in the men's game down at Geneseo, and it is 2-0 Knights there. Same score here. We are just finishing the first half. Dentel boots it across midfield. Knocked down. Played ahead. Wozni battling with Lenny. Wozni comes away with it. To Wandy. She can't control it. Potsdam throwing coming up. The McKenna Crossan. She'll send it in for her sister Margaret, and Wandy knocks it right back out. This time in for Metz. Metz trying to fight her way through some blue jerseys. Played back to Shipley. 10 seconds to go. Played ahead. Del Aquila knocks it back away, not too far, but it may just do it. 5 seconds left. Lenny plays it ahead. Crossan can't get the shot away, and that'll do it in the first half. So we'll take a quick look at the stats. Geneseo out shooting the Bears 9-1. 5 saves made by Angel Bennett for Geneseo. 1 for Chloe Gordon of Potsdam. Actually, reverse that, sorry. 3 saves made by Chloe Gordon. 1 for Angel Bennett. 2 corners for Geneseo. None for the Bears. And the goal scorers again. Hannah Sullivan had the first one for Geneseo, and the second one was Nicole Bell. So with that, we'll take a break. Be back for the start of the second half. So we are underway here in the second half. A cross there by Geneseo. Headed forward by Griffin. Griffin heads it forward, now picked up there by the Bears. Burns back towards midfield, waiting for it's Evertson, but now Margaret Crossan comes away. She's got Speranza. Here's Speranza. And she puts that towards the goal. Nobody there, though, and Bennett will pick it up for Geneseo. The Knights lead it 2-0 here. We're just underway in the second half. There is Wright. Ahead for Scala. Here's Metz for Potsdam looking for Karabak. Gets all the way to Speranza, though. She plays it ahead. Nobody there but Del Aquila. And collides there with Mackenzie Crossan. That'll go out of play, and we'll have a Potsdam throw-in. Sent in by Lenny, looking for Margaret Crossan. Lenny now puts it towards goal, and that'll be picked out of the air by Bennett. That goes off of Rossi. Shipley battling for it. Played for Karabak. And that's over to Scheidweiler. Ahead for Claire. Back to Scheidweiler. She'll bring it across midfield. Claire. Now played back to the Geneseo defense. That's Dunnigan. We'll send it back to Bennett. Bennett boots it towards midfield. Off of Shipley. Ahead for Scala. Scala for Wright. Broken up there by Dentel. Played back towards midfield. McKenna crossing to Lenny. Ahead. Scheidweiler gets it back for Scala. Scala plays it into the Bears defense, and Burns back to the sideline looking for Metz. That'll go out of play. We'll have a throw-in for Geneseo. So, and they're going to say, I think, and it will be a throw-in, they'll say it went off of Margaret Crossan, and Scheidweiler will send it in to Wright, kicked away from her. Wright gets it back, and now it'll go out of play. Metz will send it in for Potsdam. 41-21 to go. Here's Burns. Sent to the near side, looking for Speranza. She gets it. Plays it up for Robbins. Rossi guarding her closely to Speranza. Back to Robbins. Skips away a little bit too far, and Del Aquila will kick it out of play. Robbins sends it in for Margaret Crossan. Skips past everybody. Now Speranza gets it back. Now kicked away by Dunnigan. Here's Wright. Gives it to Sullivan, who scored one of the goals today for Geneseo. She'll carry it across midfield. Played ahead, looking for Scala. Scala with a chance here. She shoots, and a big save by Chloe Gordon. Nice job there. She'll pick up the ball, and there won't be a rebound. 40-26 to go here, second half. Geneseo close to netting their third goal there, but a big save by Gordon. McKenna Crossan ahead for Shipley. Trying to get around Claire. Shipley. And now it's taken away by Scheidweiler. And that'll go off of McKenna Crossan. We'll have a throw-in for the Knights. 40 minutes to go in this one. 2-0 Geneseo. And that's ahead for Metz. Metz looking for Margaret Crossan, but getting there first is Dunnigan. Played back to Scheidweiler. Up for Lenny. McKenna Crossan. Back to Lenny. Sullivan heads it towards midfield. Battling for it were Wright and Shipley. Geneseo gets it back. Here's ahead for Sullivan. Sullivan has got Rossi with her. She plays the right side here. Scala, another chance here. There's a pass in front, chipped into the net, and that'll be Rossi with a goal. So 10 from 15 on the goal there. .39:09 to go, and Geneseo has just made it 3-0.
Geneseo goal by number 10, Olivia Rossi, with an assist by number 15, Michaela Scala.
So the second assist will go to Hannah Sullivan on that play. She started everything, and Rossi was able to finish it after a nice pass.
Okay, I'll flag that.
So here is Metz now for Potsdam. And that's back to Bennett. She'll pick it up and look to clear.
Okay, let me fix. Do it. Shot mark. Do it. Take a shot. Read it. So,
Here is Claire for Geneseo across midfield. Ahead for Wright. And they're going to say Wright was fouled by Metz, I believe. So 17 fouled by 9. And we'll have a free kick for Geneseo. And that's going to be Evertson sending it up, looking for Sullivan, who's going to take it. Sullivan looking to start this one off. Plays it high, headed up in the air by Burns. Not cleared, though. Here's a chance. Scheidweiler, and she was offsides. So Potsdam will have a kick here. And it looks like Dentel will kick it away for Potsdam. 37-33 to go. 3-0 Geneseo. Picked up by Sullivan. Played ahead. Here's Rossi, who scored the third goal. Scala now kicked away. There's a long shot there by Sullivan right into the hands of Chloe Gordon, so a save there. Played ahead. Here's Karabak. Sullivan gets it back for Geneseo. And there's a cross and into the hands of Gordon. So at Plattsburgh, it is still scoreless in the 55th minute, and that's off of Crossan, I think. I think they're going to say, yes, Claire, number 30, was fouled by number 17, Margaret Crossan. So that game has an impact on this one. If Brockport wins that game, then they move farther ahead of the Bears in the standings, and if the Knights hang on here, they will move into first place. Headed up in the air by Shipley. Claire. That's back towards midfield. Claire gets it back. Leaves it for Dunnigan. If Plattsburgh wins that game, Potsdam stays right behind Brockport with a chance tomorrow to play the Golden Eagles head-to-head, and Plattsburgh will stay in first place. Lenny will kick that one to the near side, knocked down by Robbins. Claire up for Wright. Back to Sullivan. Up for Rossi. Rossi is the third goal scorer today for Geneseo. Sullivan with the first, Nicole Bell with the second, Rossi with assists from Scala and Sullivan. Here's a chance here for the Knights. Played ahead, looking for Sullivan in front. She shoots, and a big save there by Sullivan. Not cleared. Here's Scala to the near side for Sullivan. Gets around Burns. Cross in front. It is loose. That goes wide. I think that was... trying to see what the number was there. I think it might have been Scala. Scala or Wright. It was one of the two. We've got a corner kick coming up for Geneseo. Geneseo trying to add to its 3-goal lead. Chloe Gordon's made some very nice saves here in the second half that have kept it within 3. Emily Metz gets ahead on it. Speranza gets it out of the top. Scheidweiler, she kicks one wide after a block attempt, either a pass or a shot, I'm not sure which. Metz will now kick that out of play on the far side of a throw-in for Geneseo. Potsdam has a sub waiting to come in. And that'll be kicked out of play by Dentel. I believe I have another corner kick coming up for Geneseo, and it's going to be Griffin to take that one. 33-27 to go here in the second half. Again, down at Geneseo, the Knights defeated the Bears 2-0 in the men's game. Score 3-0 here. Here's Griffin putting it in play. And that is headed, well, it was off of Wright, but it didn't go near the net. And that'll go out of play. Scala will throw it in for Geneseo. Here's Evertson. Trying to get around Speranza. Puts a pass in front to Rossi. That is chipped over, and Gordon will come and grab that one with Wright on the doorstep. 32:40 to go. Headed up in the air by Karabak. Scala plays it to Sullivan. Sullivan's pass blocked by Metz. Claire gets it back. Plays it to Griffin. She sends it long. Lenny going to kick it out of play, not taking any chances with Rossi coming at her full steam ahead. And it'll be a throw-in for Geneseo. Headed forward by the Bears. Scheidweiler with McKenna crossing in pursuit. Scheidweiler to Sullivan. Sent back towards midfield. Sent in by Evertson. Speranza got a foot on it, gets it over to Karabak. She has control, battling with Griffin. Yep, up for Speranza, but picked up there by Claire. Ahead for Wright. Wright for Sullivan. Sullivan played it ahead for Scala, and Scala is fouled there by Robbins, number 16. So 15 fouled by 16. And Hannah Sullivan's going to take the kick here. She's got a goal and assist today.
15. Or 16.
Sullivan could pass this off, or she could take the shot herself. Got a little room. The Bears putting a couple players in front. Looks like Shipley, Karabak. Can't see the third. Actually, now 4 Bears in front. So where is she going to put it? A couple Knights scattered to the right, 2 to the left. She's going to take it herself, kick it over the crossbar, and Potsdam will have a goal kick. And with that, we will have 3 substitutions for Potsdam into the game. Let's see who's into the game for the Bears.
22 then. 2. 29. For 16. 20. For 7.
So 3 substitutions for the Bears. Camden Woodbeck, Grace Fitzgerald, and Sarah Emmy into the game. And that is kicked out of play. 29:40 to go here in the second half. I'll be throwing here for the Bears. That's Metz will leave it for a teammate on the far side. In for Karabak. Sent to the far side of the field, hustling after is Evertson. She will get there, and Emmy will back off. Now challenger. Gets back past Woodbeck. Here is Sullivan. Here's a chance here for Rossi. Steps around, takes a shot, and she scores. So Rossi, number 10, scores with an assist from Hannah Sullivan. Stepped around the goalkeeper and blasted it home. 4-0 Geneseo. She split the defense. Sullivan split the defense with the pass. And there's a foul there against Geneseo. Sullivan split the Bears defense, found Rossi all alone. She moved around the goalkeeper, Gordon, who tried to break it up, and then she drove it home for her second goal of the day. 4-0 Geneseo. Hannah Sullivan scored the first. Nicole Bell scored the second. Rossi scored the third with an assist from Scala and Sullivan. And then Rossi scores the fourth with an assist from Sullivan. Here comes Sullivan back the other way for Geneseo. And that'll be kicked out of play. Throw in for Geneseo. Sullivan. She's got Scala with her. And now they're actually going to let in 3 Geneseo substitutions. I'm trying to get the substitutions here. Bell can't control that. Goes to the end line. She'll be goal kick coming up for the Bears.
6 for 15.
Frischman back in, as is Wozni. So it is Wozni, Frischman, and this goal scorer Bell. There's a shot and a goal there for Geneseo. And that one I did not see. I had my head down recapping the subs. So it is Bell scoring her second of the day. So we'll take another look here. You can watch.
Geneseo goal scored by number 13, Nicole Bell.
We'll check on an assist. So we'll give the assist to 5. So it'll be an assist for Lauren Wozni. So Bell and Rossi with 2 goals each today. Back the other way come the Bears. And that bounces in on Bennett. She'll pick it up. Play to the far side for Scheidweiler. Ahead for Claire. And that'll go out of play. Potsdam have a throw in, and that's going to be Grace Fitzgerald who's going to send it in. And now we've got Haley Von On back into the game. She'll take Emily Metz's spot. 25:38 to go, and it is 5-0 Geneseo. Now we have a free kick for Potsdam in for Karabakh. Now that's knocked away, and they're going to say 13, Bell fouled number 10, Karabakh, and Potsdam out of the free kick. And that's booted towards the top of the box. Del Aquila knocks it back out. Here comes Sullivan the other way. Sullivan has been impressive today. A lot of that hard work in the midfield coming from Wright, number 17. Sullivan plays it forward. That's broken up by the Bears defense, and that'll be kicked out of play. Throw-in coming up for Geneseo, 24:56 to go. And now we've got 3 more substitutions coming in for Geneseo. So it'll be Sheps, Moore, and
19 for
Curran coming in for Geneseo.
25.
Shipley will throw it in for Potsdam here. 24:20 to go in the second half. 5-0 Geneseo. That'll be knocked out of play by the Knights. Potsdam will have another throw-in. Shipley again. 24:07. Long throw-in looking for McKenna Crossan. Plays it towards the middle of the field. Dunnigan is there. Plays it back to Del Aquila. To Evertson. She'll move it upfield. Emmy in pursuit for Potsdam. Evertson plays it to Curran. And that's knocked away there by Dentel. And Von On has her pass taken away by Sheps. Sheps plays it forward, broken up there by Burns. Back towards the middle of the field. Sheps to the sideline, looking for Evertson. Trying to get around Emmy. She does. And that's sent into the corner, looking for Frischman to go all the way over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick for Potsdam and a Bears substitution. 23-23. So it'll be Metz coming back in for Karabakh. And now it's going to be Burns kicking the ball away for Potsdam. Knocked down by Shipley, in for Margaret Cross, and ahead for McKenna Cross, and knocked back to Margaret. She's got Sheps in front of her, pass ahead. Scheidweiler's there, she'll pick it up for Geneseo. Moore now, across midfield. Played to Evertson on the near side. 22:46 to go. Evertson up the sideline. That's off of Shipley, out of play, and we'll have a throw-in for Geneseo. And at Plattsburgh, the Cardinals lead 1-0. If they hang on, and this one looks like it will be a Geneseo victory here. And now we'll have a foul. McKenna Crossan fouled, I think, by number 9, Julia Del Aquila. So if the Cardinals hang on at Plattsburgh, that helps the Bears. They stay in striking distance of that 6th playoff spot. Now Metz boots it forward, go all the way back to Del Aquila, and she boots it back towards midfield. Picked up there by Fitzgerald for Potsdam. Plays to the sideline. Emmy. She's got Evertson in front of her. Emmy trying to get around her, and that'll go off of Evertson, and Potsdam will have a throw-in. It's going to be Shipley. 21:48 to go. Shipley sends it into the box, into some blue jerseys, though. Not cleared too far away. Von On got a head on it, knocked away from her. Wozni battling with McKenna Crossan, and that'll go over the sideline. So we'll have a throw-in for Potsdam. There are 2 Geneseo subs waiting to come in. 21:17 to go. Sent in Metz, trying to move it ahead, but it is knocked down there, and Sheps plays it ahead. Here's Frischman. That was Bell, actually, who had it before. Frischman to the near side for Sheps this time. Chipped ahead, looking for Bell. Bell going for the hat trick. She's ridden out of play, and we will have a foul there against Kinley Burns. She fouled Bell. So now Looks like we will have a penalty kick, I believe, coming up. And it looks like Nicole Bell is going to take this. So here's Nicole Bell looking for the hat trick. She's got 2 goals already. And she buries this one at 20-38, and that'll make it 6-0 Geneseo.
She scored, right?
Geneseo also by number 13, Nicole.
So a rough day, getting a little rougher for the Bears here. They've given up 4 second-half goals. Despite the score, the damage will be minimized if Plattsburgh can hang on and beat Brockport. Potsdam still not that far out of a playoff spot, and they will have a chance for one of the teams ahead of them, Brockport, tomorrow. It's played to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald working her way upfield, knocked away. Here's McKenna Crossan looking ahead. Now that is Higgins knocking back the other way. And knocked out of play by Dentel. 20:16 to go. 6-0 Geneseo. Wozni can't control that. That'll go over the end line. Potsdam will have a goal kick. 20 minutes even to go in this one. Burns boots it towards midfield. They go off of Von On. Higgins will pick it up. Looking for Kern, skips past her. Metz gets it for Potsdam, turns it around, moves it towards midfield, and plays a long ball ahead. Lenny hustling after it, as is Lana Wani. And that'll go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Geneseo, and it'll be Faye Higgins to send it back in. 19:26 to go. Into Metz. Plays it forward for Lenny. Actually, Von On. Now it's taken away. Back towards midfield. Here is Wandy. Ahead looking for Sheps, but kicked away by Emmy. Actually, that was Woodbeck. Excuse me. Played to the far side. Wozni. Back to the Geneseo defense. Wandy. Del Aquila. Julia Del Aquila with it now. Sends it to the far side. Wozni gets it back. Dentel slows her down but doesn't take it away. Now Bell sends it to the far side. Higgins ahead. Bell a chance. She takes a shot, and that goes wide of the net. Maybe it was a cross. Stays in play. Sheps gets control. And that'll go over this end line, and we will have a Potsdam goal kick. 18:15 to go. 6-0 Geneseo. And here's Frischman, broken up by Metz, not cleared though. Moore got a foot on it. Shipley gets it back ahead to Emmy. Evertson guarding her closely, back to Woodbeck. Frischman trying to take it away. Woodbeck keeps control. Shipley gets around Sheps, plays it forward. And that was meant for Layla McKeever, excuse me. Up the sideline, Del Aquila back towards midfield. Shipley sends it ahead. Knocked down there by Evertson. Over the end line, over the sideline, excuse me, and we'll have a throw-in for Potsdam. 17:13 to go. Shipley will send it in for the Bears. And that's up for Sheps. And here's McKeever back in the other direction. She's got some speed, trying to work her way through. She takes a shot, and Bennett makes the save. Bennett hasn't been challenged too often today, and that was one of her tougher attempts. Shipley heads it back in the other direction. Sheps over for Moore. Moore moving it upfield now for the Knights. 16:30 to go. Up for Bell, who's got 3 goals today, including the last one on the penalty kick. Dentel plays it ahead for McKeever, taken away by Wandy. Back towards midfield. McKeever plays it ahead, and Higgins will break that up. And we'll have a throw-in for Potsdam right near their bench. 16:06 to go. Actually going to say Geneseo throw-in. They'll get it restarted quickly. Back to Burns. Burns towards midfield, more in front. Up the sideline. Knocked towards the middle of the field. Wandy plays it ahead. Now it's knocked back to Del Aquila to the near side for Evertson. 15:45 to go. Evertson battling with Emmy. And they're going to say it went off of Evertson and out of play, so Potsdam will have a throw-in. 15:28 to go. It'll be Camden Woodbeck to throw it in. Woodbeck, the freshman from Burnt Hills, New York. Actually, she's going to leave it. There was a foul there, not a throw-in. And it'll be Dentel to kick it ahead. Up for Metz. Crossing. Moore to the sideline for Wozni. Ahead for Bell. Dentel got a foot on it, didn't stop it. Here's Wozni at the right side of the box. Across in front. Nobody's going to get there. And now Woodbeck plays it up the sideline and out. So Evertson will have a throw-in for Geneseo. 14:42 to go. Now that's played ahead. Burns will kick it out of play. We'll have a throw in. Frischman's going to... Actually, she's going to leave it for Evertson. Nope, she's going to take it herself. In, looking for Curran. Back to Frischman. Frischman working her way in now on the left side. Collides with Shipley. Back to Sheps. And finally, Woodbeck will boot it towards midfield. McKeever in the neighborhood, but it's going to be Della Aquila who gets there first. Plays it forward for Sheps. Back to midfield for Moore with a long ball ahead. Pops up in the air on Fitzgerald. She gets it forward for Von On. Played back to Fitzgerald. Now up for McKenna crossing to the sideline for Von On. Wozni knocks it away. Go back to Fitzgerald towards Shipley at midfield. Sheps knocks it down, and she will come away with it. Up ahead for Bell. Back towards midfield. Emmy leaves it for Shipley. To McKenna Crossan towards midfield. Long ball played there, but headed back towards midfield. Crossan gets it back. Up for McKeever to McKenna Crossan. Trying to get around Moore. Now she's got some space. Leaves it for Metz. Metz going around Curran. Sent to the near side, Woodbeck now. She will take a long shot there, and that'll go over the end line. Goal kick coming up for Geneseo. Now we have 3 more Geneseo substitutions with 12:50 to go. And into the game, I saw 2 of the 3. Jane Leader, number 31, and Alexandra Ross, number 27. Also into the game is Miriam Tardy.
27's in and 31's in, but I don't know if her 13 went out, and I didn't see the other one because 37's not numbered.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have to just. Okay. I guess start finding numbers again.
That's played ahead by Tardy. Woodbeck knocks it back towards midfield. Moore.
was the first one?
So played back to the Geneseo defense. Here's Higgins.
Can you repeat this out, Jim?
That's played ahead for Ross. Back for Burns. And that'll go over the sideline, and they're going to say Potsdam throw in. So here come the Potsdam substitutions. And they're going to send them both in. So Potsdam and Geneseo.
26 for 29. 13 for 24. For Geneseo, 14. 28 for 7.
Burns will throw it in for the Bears over Emmy. Shep's battling with McKeever, now played back. And it'll go off of a Knight now to play. Potsdam will throw it in. That is Carrie Hance throwing it in for the Bears. She just came in the mass substitutions a couple minutes ago. Here's Emmy moving it upfield into a crowd looking for McKenna Cross, and Curran gets it back for the Geneseo Knights. Played it back to Wandy. Looking for Tardy on the far side. Back to Wandy. That'll go out of play. Fitzgerald will throw it in for Potsdam. 10 minutes even to go. Moore kicks it downfield for the Geneseo. And that'll be kicked out of play. Geneseo throw in right by their bench. 9:38 to go. Sent in for Tardy. Tardy trying to turn the corner around Fitzgerald. Tardy gets it into the corner. Now it's kicked out of play by Fitzgerald. We'll have a throw in, and that looks like it's going to be number 28, Julia McHugh, who's going to throw it in. I believe it was 28. And now we have a foul there. Number 20 fouled number 9. So that was Tardy fouling Metz. 9:05 to go. Metz sent upfield. Moore knocks it down, plays it back to Tardy. McKeever has that taken away by Wandy right at midfield. Wandy to the sideline for, I believe, Julia McHugh. And now we have another throw-in. McHugh again for Geneseo. 8:35 to go. Moore to the near side looking for Leader. Played up for McKeever. Potsdam will move it across. Actually, it's Emmy, excuse me. And Emmy collides with Sheps, and Geneseo gets it back. Here's Sheps trying to get around Rebecca Coles. And here's Dentel taking control on the far side. 7:50 to go. Up for Coles to McKenna Crossan. Far side, Haley Van On. And she plays a long ball down the field to go over the end line, and we will have a goal kick for Geneseo. 7:33 to go.
That's not a bad idea, just because, you never know.
Here is Bennett.
The Sun will at least call for pavement. Basketball, hopefully.
Ahead for Curran. Cross midfield. All the way back. Hance gets there. Actually doesn't get control. Here is Leader in the corner for Geneseo. Turns around, gets away from Hance. And that is kicked off of Burns, out of play of a corner kick for Geneseo. And it will be Alexandra Ross, number 27, taking the kick here. and sent to the top of the box. I think McHugh got a body on it, but it's kicked towards midfield by Coles off of McKeever. Across midfield, McKeever ahead looking for Von On. And now there's a shoulder by Del Aquila into Von On. So 9 fouls, 4 there, and Potsdam will have a free kick. That was blatant and intentional. Here's Metz. Sent in front, and Del Aquila almost deflected the ball into her own net. So Potsdam will have a corner kick here, and it'll be McKenna Crossan to take it now. They stop the clock. I'm not sure for what. Looks like Von On's got an injury, holding her hip, and she was the one that was knocked down by Del Aquila. So it looks like Mackenzie Bowie back into the game for Potsdam, number 25 in for number 4. So Crossan in for Bowie. Back to Crossan in front. Deflected. It's loose. Not cleared. Now to the top of the box. Leader will kick it ahead. Still in a jumble of bodies. Now played back towards midfield. Here's Metz battling with Moore. Coles puts it on goal, but from well outside with not a lot on, and a save made by Bennett. 13 with a shot on goal and a save by Bennett. Booted back towards midfield. Hance heads it down. Moore to Curran. Here's Curran. Ahead looking for Tardy. Tardy trying to get around. She's got some help. Dentel and Tardy. And that'll go over the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Geneseo. 4:24 to go. 6-0 Geneseo. And it is going to be Alexandra Ross, number 27, to take this kick as well. Top of the box. Moore puts a head on it, heads it over the net. 24 with a high shot on goal, and that actually over the goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Potsdam. 3:55 to go. Emmy. That'll go over the sideline. We'll have a throw-in by McHugh. In for Ross in the corner. Cross there, broken up by Burns, and that'll be kicked out of play. Throw-in for Geneseo. It goes well over the fence. 3:17 to go. Geneseo will throw it back in for Tardy. Now that'll be moved upfield. Over the end line, and that'll be a goal kick for Potsdam. 2:59 to go. 6-0 Geneseo. And it is 2-0 now. Plattsburgh at Plattsburgh over Brockport with just under 2 minutes to go there. So this one certainly has not gone the Bears' way, but their chances really haven't, for a playoff spot, haven't decreased too much. Here's a chance in front. And there's a save made by the Bears defense off a shot by Ross. So a team save. And now we have a goal kick coming up. 2:12 to go. That's booted towards midfield, knocked down by the Knights. McHugh on the sideline. Puts it towards the end line to go over. Another goal kick coming up for Potsdam. 1:50 to go. Bears will move it up the sideline. Here's Bowie. Up for McKeever. McKeever knocks it down. She'll get control. Now play it over to the right. Looking for Hantz. Skips by Leader. Taken away. Here's Leader with it now for Geneseo. Into the defense. Headed down by Dentel. But Curran plays it back towards the goal. Burns will chase it down. Leader picks up again for Geneseo. 1:04 to go. And that'll be kicked over the end line. Another goal kick for Potsdam. 57 seconds to go. No reason to hurry here. And it'll be Burns to take the kick as she has been most of the game. 44 seconds. Up looking for McKenna crossing. And they're going to say McKenna was fouled by number 19, Sheps. And we'll have a free kick for Potsdam. Emily Metz will take it. 30 seconds. Head for McKenna Crossan. Up for Coles. Skips past her. Moore. Booted back in the other direction. Dentel, excuse me. That'll go out of play. Throw in for Geneseo with 10 seconds. This should pretty much do it. Thrown down the sideline, knocked out of play. That'll roll away, and that'll do it. Geneseo comes away with the 6-0 victory here. And the goals, Hannah Sullivan had the first one. Nicole Bell scored her first. And to make it 2-0 Geneseo. Liv Rossi scored the third goal. Rossi then got another one to make it 4-0. Then Bell scored the last two. The first one coming on an assist from Lauren Wazzy, and then a penalty kick in the 70th minute, and that makes it our 6-0 final. And with that, we will sign off here. The Bears are back in action. You can watch it here on PotsdamBears.com. That game at 1 o'clock tomorrow against Brockport. Thanks for joining us.